Coming up to the front of the base, we have a double door, immediately followed by 2 garage doors. To the right, we have an area where you can have 3 furnaces, or you could have 6 electric furnaces if you prefer that. We have our drop down for the stability bunker, and then past that we have a little depot room or storage room with 4 large boxes. Dropping into the chute, we have a shotgun trap watching the entrance. It's really hard to get by that. And then through our airlock, we're now directly into the core. There's 2 bags, a locker, a tier 3, and you also have room for 2 small boxes. Opening this garage door is our main loot room with 6 large boxes, a small box, and then behind this window is the TC. As you can see, the upkeep isn't too bad. The high qual is a little bit high, but for having a fully armored core, it's really not too bad. Again, when you're ready to log off, you don't want to forget to add a window on there because that adds 4 rockets to the TC raid cost. And then to seal the bunker, you want to drop down, come to the outside, and place a twig floor like this with the soft side facing towards the core of the base. And then place a triangle connector there and upgrade that to sheet metal. Once you're ready, shut all your doors and you're all set to log off and hopefully come back to a safe base in the morning. First thing you want to do when building this base is find a relatively flat area and slap down 2 foundations as low as possible to the ground. Now on the left and right of one of the triangles, you want to place 2 raised triangle foundations. And then off of those foundations, you want to place 2 more square ones. This will be the core of our base, and it's basically a 2x2 with 1 extra triangle right here. Once you have this laid out, you can go ahead and upgrade it all to stone. And these 2 triangles can break. It's not too important if they break. Now you can add walls around the entire foundation, except for this wall right here. Right here you want to place a door, and you can put another one to form an airlock. Don't forget about your ceilings. And upgrade everything to stone as well. You can put on your airlock. And for the TC, it's important that you do this first before you place it down. You want to place a half wall, and then a floor triangle frame, and then break the half wall, and put the TC inside of this triangle frame. Go ahead and upgrade that to stone so it doesn't accidentally break, and don't forget to lock your TC. It's good practice. Place a temporary window there for now just to make sure you have all your placements good later. And we're going to go ahead and start placing down some of the deployables in the core. Starting off with the large boxes, you want to place it in the corner like this, as far back in that left corner as possible. And then you want to place your next box sideways like this in that corner, basically making a spiral loot room. And before you place this next box, make sure you place your door frame, and I would recommend upgrading it to either brick or sheet metal. Stone doesn't work because the hitbox is too big and it won't allow you to place this box correctly. It should fit in the corner pretty easily, but it should be a pretty tight squeeze. And if you did the rest of the boxes right, this last one should line up and place pretty easily. And for now, you can place a double door there, but I'm just going to go straight ahead and place a garage door there, just to save time later. Next, we're going to place a floor right here, a triangle sticking into the outside of the base, just like this. And then you want to break that floor and put a triangle right here. Now, the reason we use a triangle here instead of a square is for one reason. Basically, when your TC gets broken during a raid, if anything like that happens, you're able to replace it with the triangle here. As you can see, I'm able to replace it. If you end up placing a floor here and you get raided and for some reason your TC breaks and you need to replace it, you're unable to do so just because of the way the square works. You can't get an angle to replace the TC. So that's why I personally use a triangle. If you're not worried about rebuilding ever, then go ahead and place a square. It's completely up to you. Next, we're just going to do simple 2 boxes up here and a small box. Optionally, you can use barrels, which are slightly better, but I'm just assuming you don't have the DLC for this build. Sometimes this box can be a little finicky to place down. You just need to maybe maneuver the other box around and do whatever and wiggle, and you'll eventually be able to place it. Once that's placed, you can then go upgrade this wall and rotate that so the soft side's facing towards the TC. Let's shove a small box right there. And now that loot room is done, we can go ahead and move on to the square here. Obviously, when you start, you're only going to have a tier 1, but I'm again going to go straight to the tier 3 just to make it a little bit quicker for you guys. Still applies the same exact way to a tier 1. Again, once you get a locker, you can put that here. Optionally, if you only have a tier 1, you can put a research table, repair bench, whatever you need at the time. Under the tier 3 and to the right of it, you can place 2 more small boxes. And finally, in this empty space in the middle, you can go ahead and pop down 2 bags. And if you're playing with a third, you can pop their bag in the airlock. And with that, the core is done for now, and we can move on to the outside. As you can see, it's pretty much just a 2x2 with an extra triangle on the front. Nothing's too special. Now we're going to place 2 twig foundations like this that we had earlier, and we're going to upgrade those to stone. This is going to be our bunker chute. And then on the left and right, we can place 2 triangles. Now I'm going to upgrade these ones straight to armored. If you don't have the materials, obviously you can do this later, but these are very important that they get armored as soon as possible, because if they're soft-sided, it completely destroys the bunker's functionality, and raiders can get straight through. We're then going to place this wall here and upgrade this one to sheet metal. This only needs to be sheet metal because that is the strength of the bunker itself. If you'd like to upgrade it to armored, you can go for it and have a slightly stronger bunker, but it won't help the raid cost anymore because going through walls would still be cheaper. I prefer to put the shotgun trap on the right just like this instead of straight above the bunker, because you can get a little bit closer of a shot to the wall, and it's virtually impossible to get by this, so you're going to have to break it any raiders trying to come into your base. Now that we have the bunker built, we're going to go ahead and place honeycomb around the entire base, just like this. Go ahead and break that. And then we're also going to place a triangle on each side of the bunker, just like this. And go around and upgrade this all to stone. And before we build the rest of the honeycomb, I'm actually going to go around and upgrade everything to its final form just so you can see it a little bit easier. There's only a few things you need to do before honeycombing. First of all, you want to put all the roof to armored. Pretty simple. And then this wall, which is the TC wall, you want to upgrade that to armored. And then basically the whole 2x1 core also needs to go to armored, just like this. And the airlock door, just like that. Coming in, this wall needs to be sheet metal. Both of these foundations need to be armored. Again, this wall can be sheet metal. And then these 2 foundations also need to be armored. If for some reason you can't reach that, you can type in a command. It's a look at radius and lower that. Or you can just pick up the box. Placing it back should be fairly simple. With that, your core is pretty much done. There's only a few minor things we need to change in just a little bit. You can upgrade this to armored optionally if you'd like. And don't forget to put a window down when you log off. It's very important, and it makes the TC an extra 4 rockets to get to. And also, don't forget this wall. This is very important. I almost missed it. Make sure that's armored because that's again straight to TC. Once that's done, you can go ahead and place all your honeycomb down. And don't forget to honeycomb the ceiling as well. Optionally, you can add dividers in the middle here to help with splash damage. I'd recommend this because it's such a small base. Anyone top-down raiding, it would make it quite a bit harder for them to get all of the loot. Now we're going to enclose this last little area, placing 2 walls here and another one here. Put a ceiling on. Place a wall frame here and upgrade everything to stone. Put a double door here. And what that double door does is at least makes it so no nakeds can run up and start soft siding your bunker. They at least need to have a little bit of boom to blow that first door and then start soft siding. Again, you can put a half wall here if you want to use electric furnaces. I prefer just normal furnaces. It's a little bit easier to set up. And you can put a door frame on here and seal those furnaces off and your bunker. To the left here, you can place a half wall and 2 triangles. And I'm just going to quickly seal up this bunker just to make it a little bit easier to move through here. And you can fit 4 large boxes in here. Optionally, you can also fit some small boxes if you really want to, but I'm not going to bother. And upgrade that to brick. Just add your garage door. And now this part of the base is done. One final thing, I'd highly recommend upgrading the doors in your airlock to armored once you get them. It'll make the raid quite a bit harder for anyone not going through directly walls. And that's the reason we upgraded those door frames to sheet metal. So if you have sheet doors, you don't need to upgrade that to sheet metal, just for armored. Again, just break the bunker by breaking that twig, and that's the base complete. If you find yourself running out of storage or just want some more room, you can go ahead and break that ceiling right there, and I would expand right here. You don't even need to bother building this honeycomb. You could just kind of have your second floor act as the honeycomb, and it's a pretty easy way to get a lot more out of this little base. It would be pretty cheap to expand, but obviously that's all up to you. And with that, the base is done. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.